प्रधानमंत्री की यात्रा के संबंध में विदेश मंत्रालय एक संवाददाता सम्मेलन कर रहा है। आइए आपको सीधे वहीं लिए चलते हैं।
Which we had so far. Sir, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Ravish. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The Prime Minister arrived in Thimphu earlier this morning, and since his arrival, he has had a full schedule of meetings and events. He called on His Majesty the King and Her Majesty the Queen. It was a very warm, very cordial meeting, a meeting that underscored an abiding and enduring relationship that we enjoy with Bhutan. And it was the view of both His Majesty the King and the Prime Minister that these bonds need to be further strengthened. We need to further deepen trust. We need to further build confidence and to connect the two countries even closer together. After his call on their Majesties, the Prime Minister had a very good discussion with Prime Minister Dr. Lothe Tshering of Bhutan. They covered the entire gamut of bilateral relations. Of course, the fundamental basis of our relationship is the hydropower sector, but the two leaders agreed that we need to move beyond these sectors, the traditional sectors of cooperation, to look at new areas of healthcare, education, science and technology, and it was therefore agreed that we will maintain close contact, close liaison to see how we can encourage bilateral cooperation in these areas. Subsequent to that, there was a very impressive, very moving signing ceremony in the historic Semthoka Zong. It is indeed a mark of privilege for us and a great deal of respect that the Royal Government of Bhutan has shown, that they agreed that the two Prime Ministers would do so in the Semthoka Zong, in front of the image of the Lord Buddha, and also the statue of the Shabdung Rinpoche, which India has loaned to Bhutan, and which the Prime Minister conveyed that we would extend that loan for a further period of 5 years. Of course, the centerpiece of that was the inauguration of the Mangdechu hydroelectric project, 750 megawatts. It is a project that both of us have completed on time and which we are very proud of. And it was also agreed by the two Prime Ministers that we would work towards future projects hereafter, including the Sankosh hydroelectric project. We inaugurated the RuPay card in Bhutan, which is an initiative that Prime Minister has been taking personal interest in. We inaugurated the knowledge network between the knowledge network of India and Drukren, which is the knowledge network of Bhutan, which will facilitate use of digital means for long-distance education, including the digital library. We also inaugurated the South Asia Satellites Ground Earth Station. So these were all very important inaugurations, and thereafter, of course, a number of very important MOUs has been signed as well. Just a short while ago, the Prime Minister also met His Majesty the Fourth King of Bhutan, and that also was a very good meeting. As you know, His Majesty the Fourth King has steered relations with India for many, many years when he was the King of Bhutan, and he continues to be interested in this relationship. He continues to invest in the relationship, and we appreciate all that His Majesty the Fourth King has done. It was a very cordial meeting, very positive meeting, and His Majesty also, as indeed His Majesty the King, both their Majesties felicitated Prime Minister on his re-election and said they were looking forward, and the Royal Government of Bhutan was looking forward to working in the second term. Essentially, I think there are three pillars of our relationship that I would like to emphasize, which has come out of these meetings. First is the enduring nature of this partnership. It is a partnership which is, of course, based on mutual interest, but it is also based on mutual trust, on confidence between Their Majesties and the Royal Government of Bhutan and the Government of India and our Prime Minister, and at a people-to-people level. And so it was felt that at a time when our Prime Minister is beginning his second term, as Their Majesties and the Prime Minister of Bhutan said, this is a new opportunity, a further opportunity to enhance that relationship in the next 5 years. The second, of course, is apart from the already traditional areas in which we cooperate, we wanted to, both of us, begin exploring new frontiers for cooperation. And the two main areas were in the area of science and technology, particularly in the field of education. You will notice that a number of the MOUs that have been signed actually focus on that, including between the Royal University of Bhutan and the Indian Institutes of Technology in Kanpur, in Delhi and in Mumbai, between the National Law School in Bangalore and the Jigme Singhe Wangchuk School of Law in Thimphu, and between Bhutan National Legal Institute and the National Judicial Academy of Bhopal. So the desire of the two sides is to strengthen science and technology and education links. And the other, of course, is in the field of space. This is an area in which His Majesty the King is interested, in which the Prime Minister of Bhutan is interested, and in which we believe we can share some experience, both in training your scientists and in even jointly working on small satellites. Healthcare was, of course, another area which is a priority for the Prime Minister of the Royal Government of Bhutan, and we would be happy to assist. So that was the second pillar. Thirdly, you will notice the Prime Minister this time has decided to address the Royal University of Bhutan. This is a very well thought out decision. The Prime Minister and the government believe that it is important that we cultivate and build in the younger people of Bhutan a connect with the younger people of India, the youth of India. So a number of agreements actually focus on higher education, which we believe is a core part of building that youth-to-youth relationship. And of course, Prime Minister will also outline his vision of what he sees for the relationship in his talk with the students and faculty members of the Royal University of Bhutan. So all in all, I can say it's been a very fulfilling first day. Prime Minister is shortly going to attend an official dinner hosted by the Prime Minister of Bhutan, and there are a number of engagements tomorrow as well. Our primary objective, the Prime Minister's objective, as I said, is to strengthen this relationship and to have a forward-looking set of objectives to achieve in the next 5 years with the Royal Government of Bhutan. And this visit is really the beginning of that process. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We have time only for 2 questions. Prime Minister is going to leave in a while. Yes, please. Can you just give the mic to her? Yeah, we can hear you. Thank you. One more? Yes, please.
Thank you. As you know, by the end of 12th plan, the Bhutan would be graduating from the group of least developed countries. And this all has been made possible largely because of the Indian assistance, which has been there since the first plan. So how do India feel about it? And post-graduation, largely the focus of the Bhutanese government is to move away from aid to trade with all its developing partner. So in this light, what are some of the new initiatives especially on the economic ties between the two countries? Thank you.
Thank you. On the first question, I would only say that when leaders meet, they cover areas relating to economic relations, political relations, and diplomatic relations. Obviously, beyond that, whatever they discuss remains a matter of confidence. With regard to your question, sir, I think India is delighted that the people of Bhutan have made the sort of progress they've made to emerge out of the LDC category. Of course, we are a partner in helping out, but ultimately it is the achievement of the Bhutanese people and of their governments and of their majesties, the king, the two kings. We would be very, very happy to continue that partnership, even when you have come out of the status of least developed country. As you will see this time, when the Prime Minister of Bhutan visited India in November, besides the plan assistance which we provide to Bhutan, there were a number of other areas in which we wanted to to give assistance which would precisely achieve the objectives you're talking of, which is enhancing trade. So for instance, one of the things we are doing is giving assistance in through what we call a trade support facility. That's approximately 400 crores of Indian rupees over a period of the next 5 years, which will help tradespersons, manufacturers, small producers in Bhutan to modernize and to be able to compete in the Indian market. So this is one such facility. The other facility that the Prime Minister has felt we should do is offer greater cooperation in space, including additional transponders on the South Asia satellite. This is a means by which we enhance communications within Bhutan, by which we help the government of Bhutan better anticipate disaster management situations. And of course, we train a younger generation in the whole gamut of information technology, digital economy, and in the area of space. My colleague also mentioned to me that we have also agreed to enhancing the currency swap limits from $100 million to $200 million, initially as a standby facility, until the SAARC currency swap framework is revised in November 2019. So all these are designed to assist government of Bhutan in achieving a greater, sort of more balanced economic and commercial relationship with India. And Prime Minister told Dr. Lote Tshering that we would be prepared to do anything further that the Royal Government of Bhutan desired in this common objective. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much.
I have to leave because we have another engagement.